Good morning, Internet! I'm the old fat dad, and today I'm channeling my inner Paul Harrell, and I am shooting in the rain. So let me show you what we got today. Today we're going to be shooting 3 different pistols, chambered in 3 different calibers. From smallest to biggest, we're going with the Smith & Wesson Victory at 22 LR. Shooting the Velocitor, which is a 40 grain bullet traveling at about 1,400 feet per second. And then new for my channel is the infamous Heritage Rough Rider, and we have the 22 mag cylinder in that guy, and shooting the Maxi Mag, also a 40 grain bullet, but this one's going a good bit faster at 1875. Then finally, the small but powerful Taurus TCP, the little gun with a big heart. We're going to be shooting these Barnes TAC XPD 380 rounds, and they are 80 grains, and they're going about 990 feet per second. Our 2 targets today are the cheap dog food. It's got a thick skin and a meaty interior. We'll see how it reacts to each of those rounds. And then we have our big old block of clay. And in the past I broke this up into 2 pieces, but we're just going to make it one big piece for today. We'll be shooting through it, see if we catch any of those bullets. Maybe take a look at the channels they leave behind, so we can get a nice record of what they can do.
Alright, first up we are going to be shooting the 22 LR with the Smith & Wesson Victory at our dog food. And next up is the clay with the 22 LR. And here's that clay target. These are the entry holes. As you can see, pretty sizable, but from the video you can see on the back that one got all the way through and the other one got caught on the back side. And here is a picture of that channel. Again, you can kind of see how it's a cone with the biggest part being the entry, and then it kind of tapers off pretty quickly into the back of the clay. And now we are shooting the 22 Magnum with the Heritage Rough Rider against dog food. And now the 22 Mag against the clay. And here are the 2 entry holes on that clay target. As you can see, they didn't make much of a hole going in, and from that video you could see on the back side it was about the same coming out. And this next picture is the channel left behind, and again you can kind of see it just kind of pushed its way straight through, made a narrow little channel all the way through, and didn't do a whole lot of expanding. Alright, this is the 380 shooting the dog food. And finally 380 shooting the clay block. Alright, here are the 2 entry holes for that 380. And here's a shot with the flash, and you can kind of see in that top right hand corner that bullet is stuck right inside that clay. Neither of these shots penetrated all the way through. They were stopped a couple inches short of the back of the clay. But as you can see from these channels, they were by far the most damaging channels of the 3 calibers we shot.
Okay, here are the results from our dog food shoot. First up, 22 LR. This is the Velocitor. There's the exit. There's the entry. Just a 22 sized hole going in. and a decent little poke out in the back there. Nothing too crazy. And here's our 22 mag. And again, just a tiny little 22 entry. And on the back side, actually a smaller exit, I'd say, than the 22 LR. So 22 mag there didn't really do a whole lot of damage through that can. And today, Mr. 380 really showed out for us. She went in up there, so we got the little bit of a high shot, and then I was shooting down a little bit at an angle, and totally blew out the back of this guy here. So our 380 did its job. It expanded, it went through that dog food, and blew everything apart pretty good. I'm going to show you here, I got a couple of the recovered bullets from shooting through clay. Like I said before, the expansion seems to be pretty good on that 380. It seems to be pretty consistent in the clay, and today it seemed to do its job in that dog food as well. It didn't get clogged up and failed to expand once it hit that dog food. 22 mag here. These guys are just not super impressive. I don't really see a whole lot of expansion. They just kind of blew apart, it looks like. They didn't really give us any of that expansion that you'd hope to get from that higher velocity in a deep hollow point. And here's our 22 LR, the Velocitor, and they did their job. I mean, they mushroomed out nicely, held together. It looked pretty good. And just to show you a comparison between the 22 LR and the 22 mag, this is the 22 LR here, and that's the 22 Magnum. And you can see we are not getting any expansion out of that bad boy. It just stayed full metal jacket basically. Just too bad. I was kind of hoping for more out of the 22 mag. Thanks for watching on this rainy day. Again, if you have any ideas you want me to try out, I'd always like to hear your opinions and ideas on what I could try next. This video actually was a idea that was pitched to me by Mr. Al the Infidel on the Rimfire forums. So leave a comment down below, and I'd be happy to try out anything that you might suggest. Thanks a lot. See you next time.